Hello all, welcome back to NSMS. Today we are going to start unit number 3, vector spaces and inner product spaces. First, what are the syllabus content in this unit? So in this unit we are going to learn the vector spaces, then subspace of vector space, linear combination of vectors, linear span. Then we are going to learn linear dependence and independence of vectors. We are going to learn basis and dimension of vector space, linear operator, inner product spaces, and the last topic is Gram-Schmidt process. So these are the syllabus content. These topics we are going to learn in this unit number 3. So let us discuss some real life application in engineering and in real life of vector spaces. So system of image representation such as DCT or wavelets work by changing the basis of vector space to one that is more amenable to certain operations such as compression. Second application, the key to this transform is the concept of an orthogonal basis or coordinate system in which areas of a picture can be represented. Next application, it is this vector spaces can be used in the search engines like Google, Yahoo. In these search engines, this vector space is used. So search engines which converts documents into the word frequency vectors in determining contents. Next application, in the dating sites which convert client data into personality vector as a part of scientific algorithm for matching potential mates. Next application, the concept of vector space are used in data transmission theory, that is error detection and error correction can be calculated using the tool of various theories in vector space. For linear transform, we typically want to transform image vectors onto a different basis space in which the image energy is unevenly spread. If you take the basis found by cosine waves of different frequencies, for example, we find that the bases representing high frequencies tend to have a little energy and can be discarded. This is the basis of the MPEG system used in the digital TV. Linear operator plays a key role in computer graphics. For many CAD softwares, generates drawing using linear operator. So these are the some applications in engineering and in real life of this topic, vector spaces and inner product spaces. Now let us start with the notations that we are going to use while solving the examples in this unit. So we are going to use the notation capital R. This is field of scalars, or it is a scalar number, that is a real numbers. We are going to use this capital R for the real numbers. Then we are going to use small alpha, small beta, small a, b, c. These are the elements of capital R. That means these are the real numbers. Elements of capital R, that means what is capital R? It is a set of real numbers. So we are going to use these notations. It is a real numbers. Then capital V, this notation we are going to use for the vector space. Small u, small v and small w, this notation we are going to use for the elements of this vector space V. This vector space V, it is a set, and in that set whatever the elements, we are going to note that elements, denote that elements by using small u, small v and small w. Now let us start with the first point of our unit, that is vector spaces. So first of all, the definition of vector space. What is the definition of vector space? So a vector space over R means over a real numbers. consists of a set of vectors small v with two operations addition and multiplication in bracket, that is plus and dot, that is addition and multiplication, subject to the following conditions, then capital V is called vector space over R. So, what is meaning of this statement? So, in capital V there are set of elements. So, suppose in that set of elements small v is the element, or like small v some elements are there, and these elements are going to satisfy the below 10 properties over real numbers. That means we are going to use alpha, beta, these are the real numbers. So, when the elements of this capital V satisfy these below 10 properties, then V is called the vector space over R. So, which are these 10 properties? So, one by one. So, if we consider small u and small v, these are the elements of capital V. Okay. Capital V is a set of elements, and let small u and small v are the elements of capital V, and alpha and beta are the elements of R. That means alpha and beta are any real number. R is used for the real number. Then what is first property or first condition? That is u plus v belongs to capital V. That means if u is the element of V, capital V, and V is also the element of capital V, u is belongs to capital V and V also belongs to capital V. This implies u plus v, their addition also must be from capital V. Okay. That means whatever you did the addition of these two elements, that new elements also must be included in the set of capital V. That is the first property. Second property, the first property, that is also called as closed under addition. Then second property, u plus v is equals to v plus u, that is vector addition is commutative in the vector space. Then third property, that is vector addition is associative. That means if you do the addition u plus in bracket v plus w, that means you have to add v plus w first, then in that add u. So, whatever this addition you will get, this addition must be same as first add u and v, then w. So, both addition must be same, that is the third condition. Fourth condition, if you add 0 in u, u is any element of v, and if you add 0 in u, then you will get again same element as a u. So, that 0 must belongs to capital V, and for all u belongs to v. That means for any element of v, if you add 0 in that element of v, so that element also belongs to v, or that element also equals to u. That 0 must be from vector space capital V. Then fifth condition, there exists negative element, that is minus u belongs to v, such that u plus minus u is equals to 0. That means if you consider u is any element of capital V, u is any element, then there must exist its negative element also in that set, such that the addition becomes 0. Okay. For example, if you consider the set V, in that there is the element 1. So, there must exist minus 1 also in that set V, so that the addition of 1 and minus 1 is 0, like that. Then sixth number property, there exists alpha belongs to R. Okay. So, what alpha belongs to R, that means there exists a real number alpha, such that when you multiply that alpha to u, so whatever the multiplication is there, that multiplication value is also, it is a part of set V, or that element is also present in V, that element is also present in capital V set V, that is called V is closed under multiplication. Then 7 number property, again there exist elements alpha belongs to R, that is a real number, such that alpha into u plus v. That means first of all take the addition of two elements u and v. These elements are from the set V. First take the addition of these two elements, okay, and then multiply these two elements to the real number alpha. So, whatever the number you will get, that number can be written as alpha u plus alpha v. That means we can multiply alpha inside the bracket, that will get alpha u plus alpha v. If this property satisfies, or this property must satisfy by the vector V or set V. Then next, there exist alpha and beta belongs to real numbers R, that means alpha and beta are real numbers, such that their additions alpha plus beta into u can be written as alpha u plus beta u. Then 9 number property, that is alpha into beta, these alpha and beta are again real numbers, their multiplication if you multiply by u, so that multiplication also can be written as alpha into beta u. And 10 number property, there must exist 1 belongs to real number, that means 1 is, we know that 1 is a real number, so there must exist a real number 1 such that if you multiply 1 to u, so 1 into u, you will get the u as it is, same element as it is, that is 1 is called multiplicative identity in this case. Now, if a set V satisfies, or elements of set V satisfies all these 10 properties, then we call that set V as a vector space. If any one, at least one condition is not satisfied, then that set V is not a vector space. So, this is our definition of vector